Awesome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to today's open discussion on the topic of creating harmony between couples who have different personalities. So, this is a very interesting topic, very important topic, and usually it's not discussed from a neutral standpoint because of a lot of conditioning and a lot of concepts around this topic that we have. So we are going to dig deeper today in this topic and understand it from various angles. And we will also be speaking to all of you. So this is going to be conversational. We invite all of you to join us in between, ask your questions, speak up whenever you feel like. So just raise your hand, and then when we ask, then you can unmute and start talking. Great. So let's begin our conversation on this topic. And as this topic is about creating harmony between couples with different personalities, we first should at least have a clear ground um, and talk about, what do we mean when we say the word personality? Hmm? So basically, personality is something that each person has, which is a part of how they usually operate in their life. So basically, something which was given to them at since the time they were born, or they developed a way of dealing with things, behaving in life as they grew up in a certain kind of environment, and it became a way of living. It became a way of living for them. So, in simple terms, that is what we call a personality for a person. Then, um, as each of us have different personalities, there are many different factors that play a role in it. Because we are born with a certain kind of imprints, a certain kind of blueprint, I can say, where we have certain kind of feelings, emotions, preferences, the way of looking at things, having perspectives about life and all that. And a little bit of it is also added to it, and it is enhanced as we understand life and learn to go about um, things in dealing with general things in life, relationships and all that. So all of these things, factors play an important role in um, creating our personality. And as each of us have different personalities, and human beings are really, really multidimensional beings. So there's literally no way for us to create, a structure to say ki, this is how it is, and if this person is like this, then they have this kind of personality, and it is static, and it is defined, and it's never gonna change, and it's like 10 points, and you describe a person. No, no. When we talk about having a unique personality, there are many things which come together, which create a person and their personality. Hmm? And um, according to different situations, different environment, all of us, sometimes change shapes and forms. There are many things which are a part of our non-negotiables, our values, which are very, something that we are strictly, we hold on to. But there are certain things which are more flexible, where we are more agreeable, more adaptable. So likewise, considering all of these things, we create our own unique personalities, and we come forward in the world. However, when we have to understand, two people come together and we have to see the compatibility with them, we need to see it, then dissect our overall personality and see it in different parts, and then match it up with another person and see how it works between two people. So when two forces come together, the way for us to actually understand the compatibility is by dissecting it. So that's what we're going to do today. Hmm? Now, um, as I talk about personality, it is also very important that I talk about compatibility as we are talking about relationships. Hmm? So in relationships, usually when we say the word compatibility, the first thing that comes to our mind is similarity. Hmm? But that's not how compatibility works. So compatibility is like there is a person A and there is a person B. Hmm? Now, there is a chance that these two people could be having different kinds of preferences, choices, desires, wants, feelings, emotions. And even these, when these two different things become complementary, they are a part of compatibility. And when these two same people have similar things and they are complementary, that becomes a part of compatibility. So when we use the word compatibility in relationships, it is actually what we are talking about is how two people complement each other. So it's not about similarities, it's not just about differences, it's about whether they are complementary in nature or not. Hmm? And when people have different personalities itself, so for an example, let me just explain it through an example. Let's suppose this person A is a very extroverted person. So let's suppose this is a girl and she loves to be with people. She really likes to go out, enjoy, have fun. You know, this is a person who gains energy by meeting other people, by talking, by sharing things, by, always active and so much enthusiastic for activities and this and that and all that. On the other side, there is a person B who has a different kind of personality, which is, let's suppose, a personality of introversion. Hmm? Now, introvert, now they do not, you know, they feel very drained if there's too much of activity or they are in a crowd or they need to go out and be in the parties and club and so many noises and things all around. So they become feel very uncomfortable. Now, this one person A, who is a total extroverted person, they gain energy by meeting, like the many more number of people they meet, they gain energy. And person B, the more number of people they meet, drains their energy. So these two personalities are kind of opposite in nature. Hmm? Now, let's suppose person A and person B get romantically attached or attracted to each other and they want to continue, a romantic relationship. So usually how it happens is that in the beginning of relationships, when things are very lovey-dovey, very nice, and you are in that honeymoon phase and you're spending a lot of time together, a lot of things start matching up and all that. And usually we have not gotten to the point where we have imagined that, this introverted person has imagined that they're going to need to be in more and more parties and how it is going to be with them. So in the beginning, they are adjustable, agreeable. They are like, okay, fine, let us go to the party. And they are not, they're just adjusting. While sometimes they want to sit, or maybe let's say person A, feels that, oh, we are spending too much time at home, but then it's okay. It's like it will change, things will change over a period of time, and we will see, how it works out, and we will make it happen, we will make it work. Usually, how we tend to go about relationships is that personalities and compatibility, we usually do not give a lot of weightage to. And we give a lot of weightage to love, that attraction, that, let me not even use the word love, that kind of, passion and attraction that we feel in relationships. Mhm. And because we give too much of, preference and weightage to that attraction part, that passion part, we tend to overlook a lot of things which could be incompatible, which could be different, which could not be matching up and all that. And we just continue to feel that if there is a love, if there is will, there is a way. And similarly, over a period of time, when people come together and start living up together and spend more and more time, it becomes really hard for them, for an introverted to, stay more at home, and the extroverted one to go more and more, spend time with people and go out. And over a period of time, we develop resentment or feeling of, not feeling heard, not being ourselves, and all that. And in the long run, creating issues for us. So, introversion and extroversion is just very small example. There are many different ways in which people's personalities could be different from each other. Hmm? So, like I said, when we are finding a compatible midway as a couple, it's about finding a way where these two people are able to complement each other. Hmm? So that's just a little bit of brief about how these things play out in our lives, our personalities, compatibility in relationships between couples. So there's a lot more that we are going to share, but let's listen from you guys first. That whatever I shared till now, was it relatable in any way? Is there anything that you would like to ask or you would like to, share in particular? So any of you who wish to speak, you can raise your hand and we'll come to you. Okay, so we will not be able to go to the how part until we know from you guys that what is it exactly that you wish to talk about. Because the how, if even if we talk about the how, it's gonna be very, very generic, right? And we would have to talk with a lot of assumptions and a lot of stories and all that. So better that we, cater to people who actually are here and to their stories. Yes, Rupali, you can ask.
Okay, so I can share one instance and maybe we can take from there. Like, I noticed that most of the times it's me who makes the plan, and the other person he feels that, it is being implied on him without his will. Uh, However, he does agree, and it just feels that whenever I'm out with him, it feels that uh, like I'm just forcing someone. So that's how it starts, and then still that person will do, like, let's say, taking pictures or something. So that person will do it, but then um, eventually he will act distant, and I won't feel good because someone is not treating you that well. So I don't know if it is in this category or if it's something else. I'm not too sure.
Hmm. Okay. And have you spoken to them about what is it that they wish to do? How do they wish to spend their time?
Okay, maybe I didn't.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. So, which example should I take? Okay. So I'll just take my own example. So I've been in a relationship in the past where, the guy that I was with, was really, really, really extroverted. Hmm? And I'm a really introverted person. I like being with people, but it's usually like more of less number of people. Sometimes I would, I'm okay to hang out for a few days in a week, but not every single day. I'm not a party person. So coming to this point of agreement, so how it worked out between us, how we made it work out was when we understood that this is what I want and this is what he wants. And then coming to a middle ground where I can have enough of my space so that I feel rejuvenated. That, let's suppose, out of 10 instances, for 2 instances, I am with him or I'm going out with him. I'm totally there. And whenever I'm doing that, I'm doing it happily with him because I got my 8 out of 10 times where I was happy and I got things according to me, while giving him the individuality to do 8 out of 10 things the way he wished to do, so that in two of those things where he would come and do things according to me, he would do it really, really happily. Hmm. So that was kind of a compromise that we, came to. So the basic premise of having entering into this kind of a compromise is first to understand that what is it that the other person wants, right? And what is it that you want? And not being so in relationships, basically, the beautiful part of romantic relationships is that they are your primary relationship, they are a very important relationship, and of course, a special relationship. Um, in a way that this kind of connection you don't share with, other people, if it is a monogamous one, of course. तो ठीक है, अभी ये स्पेशल चीज तो एस्टेब्लिश हो गई है, and yet um, when it comes to having different personality types, it's like the way, if you want too much of, things and everything to depend on each other and to create, that kind of an environment where 10 out of 10 times you're together and you're never alone and you're never like that, then you need to find a partner that way and not be with a partner who has a different kind of personality. But when you are with somebody where there's a personality mismatch, then then out to create that 10 out of 10, दो रास्ते हो सकते हैं. एक रास्ता ये हो सकता है कि सामने वाला बदल जाए, right? And they change themselves and make them suit according to you, or you change yourself completely and suit yourself according to them. And in either of the cases, in the long run, what happens is one person who is not getting his or her needs met is going to feel really, really resentful over a period of time. एंड शॉर्ट टर्म में तो चीजें एडजस्ट हो जाएंगी कि हम सड़ा हुआ मुंह बना के अपने पार्टनर के हिसाब से चीजें कर लेते हैं. एक बार कर लेते हैं, 2 बार कर लेते हैं, 4 बार भी कर लेते हैं. But you cannot, it's not a story that you can keep stretching and stretching and stretching over a prolonged period of time. So before the thing goes out of hand, it's really important that, you know, if both the partners are ready and willing to be honest to each other and are willing to come to a place where they are able to say ki, this is important for me, right? This is spending time alone, having my own space is important to me, and this is important to you. So let's make these conditions, if it is really important to you, these conditions are fixed. And now let's see and go forward and come to a point of resolution where we can do something about these things. And if these things are not matching up at all, then we really need to, be really honest with ourselves कि हम ये condition तो रख देंगे कि, love and attraction and all of those things are above all of it. But जब relationship में रहने की बात आती है, then love is one thing and relationship is another, right? Because you need to live with somebody and all of us wish to be happy in our lives. So the whole point of, creating this kind of resolution, it usually comes इस sense में हमें आता है ना. So what I'm gonna say is, it's not the usual thing what we are taught in the society, but इस तरीके से आता है ना कि हमें बहुत ही खींचना है रिलेशनशिप को प्रोलॉन्ग तरीके से. तो प्यार किया है तो निभाना है और ऐसे निभाना है कि मर क्यों ना जाए, राइट? सो हम ये दो चीजों को बिल्कुल ही लिंक कर देते हैं rather than looking at it from the angle, if two people are actually happy together and are willing to create a happy life for themselves, or they are just together because they are ought to be together, right? So that's the basic mindset that we carry around these things. So yeah, the first thing that I can say, Rupali, is you can at least ask him that what is it that he wants? What is it that he wants from the relationship from you, right? So आपने तो अपना उनको बता दिया and you speak that out, but it's important that you both get to know each other.
Right. I think he is an introvert. Um, I mean, he's an ambivert. Sometimes he's pretty good with everyone. So I feel that he's an ambivert, and I haven't been able to make him open up in terms of going out and planning things out. He does open up to me emotionally and all those things, but doing things together and meeting and all that, I don't think he's comfortable with that.
Hmm. Hmm. Right. Yeah, so introverts basically are not people who don't speak a lot or who don't talk a lot or who don't gel up with people. They are people who may take some more time to open up. They are people who may take some more time to get comfortable around people, and when they do get comfortable, they talk normally, just like mm, other people, right? So in that way, um, that's how introverts behave. So yeah, communication, and so he may take some more time to open up and start sharing with you, but you can ask him just you know while you meet, and you can just it's a simple question that how would you want to spend time today? What is it that you would like to do? So मेरा तो बहुत हो गया, and I really appreciate and I'm grateful for whatever you have done, but what would it mean for you if one day we take out a day and do things according to you, and just yeah, do them and know it.
Right, that sounds great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Rupali.
One more point which I want to add is to also check that what he is doing, or not just he, anybody we are talking about that we feel that they are introvert, is is it their nature that they are shy and introvert, or is it coming from some fear and insecurity that the person actually wants to do it but are holding themselves from doing it? That distinction also needs to be made.
Yeah, I feel that he's holding back for some reason, but I don't know what is it.
But then that's not introversion then.
I
That's the
see.
thing. That because he could be an extrovert or maybe an intro, I don't know. He could be any of them. But if he is holding back for because of fear and insecurity, then we are talking a very different thing.
Okay, got it. Okay. So in that case, what needs to be done? Like, uh, how do I make it work, kind of?
You have to check that what is it that is that what are the reasons that he is holding back. So maybe he has some childhood memories around being embarrassed in public, or being whatever the situation is. So there could be some unwanted kind of scarring that is there, which he's still carrying on. So that needs to be checked.
Okay. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Hmm. Yeah, Namika, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Akarma, for adding that. Yeah, Shraddha, your hand is up. You want to say anything?
Yeah, hi Anamika.
Hello.
Actually, this particular thing is creating a lot of chaos in my life, particularly. That's why I just wanted to have some expert opinion on this. So, in our case, neither me nor my partner, we both are quite extrovert kind of people, but his extroversy is little different and mine is little different. He is a stage person, so and he goes out, he meets people, and he has a huge circle, but he is not comfortable making emotional bonding with people. Like he is not able to share uh, anything which is going on his heart. He is not comfortable in sharing that. And if you talk about me, I too am an extrovert. It's not like that every now and then I just go and want to be with people, not like that. But as I have always been away from my family, I in for studies, for jobs, so I am having that kind of habit, like every weekend or something like that. I used to have some particular schedule when I used to stay alone. Like I will talk to some friend, I will talk to some family, so that I can continue to keep a relationship with people, whether it is my family, my sisters, my friends, my relatives, whoever it is. And when this person came in my life, he is having a total different kind of thing. For him, to open heart or to share any emotional things means it should only be with partners. He was not at all comfortable, neither he was comfortable sharing his things, nor he was comfortable me sharing my things with other people. For him, like anything which is emotional or anything which is linked to our heart, like that, or our life, we should share only with our partner. So
Shraddha,
that thing. Yeah, Karma.
Shraddha, this is how extrovert people are. That's how they are. What you are
Yeah,
describing is
I
what
got
an
it.
extrovert person is. Hmm.
I got it. Somewhat I feel extrovert means they also like to go out, like Rupali said, or Anamika also gave example, like
No,
extrovert people, they like
extrovert
to
doesn't
meet
mean
and
just
all that.
so. That's a very superficial definition of introvert and extrovert. Um, Everybody likes to meet people. Everybody likes to make connection with other people. So it's nothing like that. Introverts like this and the difference between introvert and extrovert is that an extrovert derive their energy from other people. So
Yeah.
if an extrovert has to stay in the house for 2 days, they will go mad. So they have to meet people. They derive energy from other people. Introverts don't derive energy from other people, so they can self charge themselves. So that's the difference. But both people like to meet people, and and extroverts, they by definition they create superficial bonding only with others. Extroverts
Okay.
only create superficial bonding. So what you are describing is what every extrovert is like. They don't they may be meeting 500 people every day, but at the end of the day they will only connect with one or two people or three, or like a closed kind of a set, which is same as introvert person. So an introvert person also may have 4 or 5 close people in their life. An extrovert also will have 4 or 5 close people in their life. There is nothing different there. So both of them are only open up to a very small group. The only difference is that an extrovert can't stay by themselves. They derive energy from interacting with other people. So for that reason they have to meet with a lot of people. They like being in people, they like being in public, they like being social and all that. That is how they charge their batteries. But when it
Yeah.
comes to opening up, when it comes to creating deeper connections, they also have very few people only in their life who they open up to. This is a misunderstanding that you see this person meeting hundreds of people and you think that they will be opening up with every person. No, it's impossible for somebody to open up to every person they meet.
Yeah, that I totally get it, Akarma. But my thing is, uh, suppose a person is not at all open up with anyone, and his or his partner or her partner is kind of person that they have emotional bonding, not with everyone, but with some 4 or 5 people. So the person who is not having any emotional bonding, should he or she criticize the other people who has emotional bonding? Does is It should be the criteria to define, like, okay, other people are emotionally connected to you, you give emotional uh, support to other people, or you take emotional support from other people, so my
This has
love or my
this
thing
is
is
the
less for you, like that.
hmm, this is nothing to do with introvert and extrovert. This is someone who is coming from fears and insecurities. So they are unable to trust others, and this is a different topic altogether. It's got nothing to do with the
Okay.
personality of a person.
Okay. Here, one more example I would like to mention. Like, if I talk about me and my partner, so my partner is having such kind of personality that every work, whether whatever it is, he wants to do it by his own. Like, suppose he has to opt for some driving license, he will go by his own. He will opt for it, or any official work. He want to do it by his own. His own means he himself. He will do everything. I have the kind of personality that if I have some known people, I will call them. I will ask them if they can be helpful for this work, or I can get something from them, even it is some sort information or anything. My way of working is that. So this is a different kind of. I feel this is a different kind of personality. Like, he's having a different way of doing things. I have a different way of doing things. Here also clashes are there. Like, as per him, this is not a good thing, I should do everything by my own. So these kind of things, I feel like, in these things, how we can get the harmony, like, how to make it understand that I am a different person and I may have a different kind of handling things, and he can have a different kind of handling things. So this thing affect a lot to deal with official people, official colleagues. He is having a different mindset, I am having a different mindset, because we have a different kind of seeing things, different kind of opinions. So how to get the harmony in all those things? In general, daily routine things. He is not a long caller. He hardly talks to
Hmm.
people. If And generally he will call only for 2 minutes and then he will hang up. I am kind of person, I will talk for 20 minutes, half an hour with my family, with my friends. So this is objectionable. How to get the harmony in these things? That is my question.
Hmm. Hmm. But you already said, right, that the other person is not able to understand it. So how do you make somebody understand anything who's not willing to understand something?
In this situation means what we should do, Anamika. Like,
Hmm.
relationship is important, that is very much important, but somehow, as just before a few minutes you are mentioning that somehow once we do, twice we do, but somehow we feel that I am not me, kind of thing, no? So although we want to do it for them, because that relationship is very important for us and we want to continue that, but that thing that I am not me, that somehow frustrates, and that frustration
No, but then
comes.
the fears and insecurities, they anyway need to be resolved. So even if let's suppose that they want something from you and you change yourself, then you are not going to feel, yourself in the relationship. So whosoever is coming from the space of fear and insecurities, that thing needs to be resolved first, right? Because even if you do that, it will create a lot of resentment in you in the long run, and it's going to impact the relationship anyway, because you're not going
Yeah.
to be happy. You're not going to be happy being somebody who you are not, right? So that
Yes.
is not a solution in the long run. So if it is coming from the space of fears and insecurities, even if, let's suppose, you stop doing all of these things, the fears and insecurities are still going to be there, and they will come out in some or the other shape or form.
Yes, definitely it comes. For example, for sake of our relationship, I just limited everything. But for just a simple thing came, like my office is far away, so I may use the carpooling. That is a very simple thing, but that also troubled him. Like, why carpooling? Do it by your own. So I just wonder how to means balance things and how to manage things. I just wonder about it.
Hmm. But what stops you from putting your foot down and telling them that there's nothing, you don't have an ill intention to do any such thing, or how taxing it is for you to keep clarifying it, keep putting, these things in front of them that it's not this way, it's not that way. So what stops you from putting your foot down and telling them that,
No, no, no. I
hmm,
have told these things. He also says, like, I don't have any ill thoughts for you, but I have my own fears. Like, if you will go out with someone, some person of opposite sex, it's somewhat, some way, some harm may come to you. Like, world is not that good, so uh, you may get hurted some way, or they may try to uh, what to say, uh, they may try to misbehave with you, or that kind of things. But I'm mature enough and I can take care of myself, and obviously I am having that kind of sense, or that kind of maturity that definitely I'll not go out with any random person. Definitely I'll go with person whom I trust. But as per him, no, no, you in this world has become like that people whom you trust, who are very near to you, they only maximum time they only cause the sufferings for women. So that way I'm very very protective for you, and this is the reason I behave like this with you. So somehow it suffocates me. It it makes me feel like I am mature enough, don't I have my own brain to take decision, this is right for me, this is wrong for me, and this creates a lot of issues
no,
and
I
chaos.
I understand that. I totally understand that. But then until these fears and insecurities are resolved, there's no way out of it, right? Because see, relationship is not a one-way street. It's not like let's say I tell you that Shraddha, you resolve the fears and insecurities, or you change yourself and you start living your life according to what how your partner wants it to be. Hmm. So let's say you take 100% responsibility for everything. In how many directions will you go?
Hmm.
Hmm. So if the partner who is coming from the space of fears and insecurities, they need to resolve them. Because see, it's the fears and insecurities that people have. One things are at the level, few of the things are the level of care, at the level of, you know, um, uh, being caring for the partner and all that, and all of those things are okay. But when things go beyond all of these things, then they become very irrational fears, right? And they need to be resolved. I mean, this is basically a completely different, scenario where it's not just about the personality issue. It's like a person is completely coming from the space of insecurity. Yeah.
Okay,
So
but
that needs to be
uh,
resolved. And if the other person is not willing to resolve the issue and not willing to take the step forward and do something about these things, then the ball comes in your court. That what choice do you make, and whatever choice you make, you own it. Because there's no way that I can, force anybody to change.
yes,
You cannot force people to change, no?
yeah, yeah, you're
So
right.
let's suppose they make a choice to live with the fear and insecurities, then you also have to make a choice, um, to, either adjust with it or, just then you just adjust with it. There's no point complaining about any of those things. Or you make another choice that this is a non-negotiable for you. You feel suffocated, then you need to see that what's the way out of the relationship.
Okay. By talking or by coming to some mutual agreement, can't these things be tackled out?
No. Simple one-word answer would be no.
Okay.
Yeah, because in short term, you can give each other, um, some kind of assurance. You can give each other some kind of, try to make an adjustment, try to make a compromise, try to make it work somehow this way or the other way. But वो रबर होता है ना, उसको एक 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 टाइम तक ही खींचा जा सकता है. When you pull it too hard, it breaks.
Yes.
Right? So the way for people to be in a happy, healthy relationship, or just a happy, or just a, let's say, just, bare minimum healthy relationship also, it needs to be win-win for both of them. Right? And it needs to be something which is from the place where both of the partners are able to be happy, able to, support the relationship, feel safe in the relationship, feel that kind of, support and security in the relationship. So ये चीज when two people are operating from the space of fears and insecurities, तो ये दोनों चीजें coexist नहीं कर सकती ना. You're saying कि how do I create a secure relationship but keep holding on to my insecurities. तो अपनी insecurities को नहीं छोड़ूंगा, बट मुझे अभी बता दो कि मैं कैसे इन इनसिक्योरिटीज के साथ एक सिक्योर रिलेशनशिप बना लूं. So both of
Yeah.
these things do not happen together. For two people to create a secure relationship, they need to be secure first.
How we can feel one person secure when himself he has created that insecurity of losing? Like what another partner can do in this context? That
You,
fear of losing someone.
hmm.
How a
The
person who's
only thing another partner can do is support them when they take charge of healing themselves. Coming out of these fears and insecurities, रास्ता तो जिसका बैगेज है उनको ही अपना बैगेज उतारना पड़ेगा ना. आप उनके साथ चल
yes,
सकते हो, आप उनको सपोर्ट कर सकते हो, बट आप उनका बैगेज ढो तो नहीं सकते ना. देयर इज नो वे फॉर अस टू ट्रांसफर कि मैं बोल दूं कि भाई मुझे तो अपना बैगेज बहुत हैवी लग रहा है, मैं श्रद्धा को दे देती हूँ. नो वे फॉर मी टू डू दैट.
yes,
So Akarma had suggested a video to you guys on attachment styles. Did you watch it?
yeah, I'm on into it. Half I have watched.
Okay, okay, you watch it.
Yeah,
You'll find your answers in that.
yeah, sure. Thanks, Anamika.
Thank you so much, Shraddha. Anybody else has anything to ask? Hmm. So this conversation that Shraddha has brought up. So बहुत बार ना in life what happens is that we do not have the awareness, we do not have the understanding of what exactly is our personality and what are the things which we are carrying, which are coming from our fears, our insecurities, and all that. Hmm? Things that we develop as we grow up in life, which come up from insecure attachment style, may appear like a part of personality as we grow up as adults, but they're actually not part of personalities. Personality is something which is your primal nature, which is your, you know, software kind of thing, which was fed into you as you were born, and a little bit you pick up from the environment and all that. But it's not something which is like coming from insecurities and fears and all that. So बहुत बार हम लैंग्वेज में ये वर्ड्स यूज कर देते हैं that this person has a very insecure, untrusting, or fearful kind of personality and all that. But no child is born with insecurity. So when you were born, आप ऐसे दुनिया को देख के ये नहीं देख रहे थे और ये नहीं सोच रहे थे कि oh, this person is gonna break my trust, I'll be left alone. No child ever thinks that. When things occur to us in our lives, when we pick up on different kinds of instances, traumas, wounds, conditionings, and how we are raised through people, right? All of these things, they start layering up and they start appearing like personalities to us. But basically, a personality is something which is very natural to you, which is like feels like you when all of these things are removed, and what remains is you, right? And that is a part of your personality. And हमें बहुत confusion हो जाता है इस चीज में, क्योंकि हमें ये लगता है ना कि insecure attachment style is kind of a part of your personality. But an insecure attachment style is something that you have. It's not something that you are. What you are is what your personality is, and आपकी पर्सनालिटी को आप खींच तान के कुछ भी क्यों ना कर लो, it cannot be changed. I mean, of course, it can evolve and it can grow through, life as you flow through life and all that. But it's a process of ease when the personality expands and the personality grows. Maybe earlier I was not very comfortable as an introvert to, speak to a lot of people or speak. But now I have developed that muscle very beautifully that I can communicate to people. I feel very comfortable around people. That does not mean that I would like to go to the club tonight. I don't want to. So हमारी पर्सनालिटी में हम ऐसे ब्रांचेस निकल सकते हैं, हम चीजें सीख जाते हैं, हम चीजें समझ जाते हैं, वो सब चीजें बढ़िया है. बट आपका जो कोर है, दैट कोर रिमेन्स more or less same, right? But when these things are overlapped with fears and insecurities because of the traumas and wounds, ये बहुत ही overlapping हो जाता है, right? And we need to understand कि personality को change नहीं किया जा सकता, because let's suppose Shraddha was talking and I tell Shraddha that you need to change your personality, Shraddha, because it is not suiting according to me. How she's gonna feel? As if she's wrong. And when she feels that she's wrong as a person, it's gonna create a lot of shame in her, as if she's doing something wrong, or as if she is wrong in herself, right? So जब हम पर्सनालिटी को चेंज करने की कोशिश करते हैं तो काफी shameful and guilty kind of feelings arise inside us, which actually cannot be changed. But when we talk about insecure attachment styles, all of the insecure attachment styles can be healed, can be worked upon, can be changed, can be transformed, and can be brought to secure attachment style. So you cannot change what you are, but you can definitely work upon these things that you have adapted over a period of time, which you learned through life, which are not serving you. So वो चीज आपके लिए किसी के लिए भी कोई और नहीं कर सकता. Both of the partners need to take ownership and responsibility in that angle and work on their own shit. And of course, support each other on the journey. वो एक बहुत ही important part है when it comes to romantic relationship. But कोई भी partner किसी दूसरे partner का बोझा नहीं ढो सकता है. It's literally an impossible task to even try to do that, right? So if that kind of burden is coming over one person's head, then we really need to start questioning ourselves. And we also need to really start questioning this thing that um, why, what are my reasons? What are the reasons that this relationship is so important to me, right? What are my values? What are my non-negotiables? What is the kind of life that I wish to live, right? Yeah. So, Abhish, your hand is up. Anything you wish to say?
Yeah, hi Ramika. Thank you for having me here. First of all, I'll
Hello.
introduce myself. I am a lawyer based out in Delhi, and
Mm-hmm.
I do deal in matrimonial disputes, and I have been counseling couples over the marital disputes and everything. So one
Mm-hmm.
thing which I have seen here, which I have seen while counseling couples most of the time is that the disputes with which they come up for counseling, or they have a fight over something like that, is simply because they are not able to agree to each other. And on each such instances, I simply try to tell them and make them understand that if there are agreements, and there will be agreements, no doubt there will be agreements, and you don't have to agree to absolutely what your partner is saying, but I simply suggest them that think of this and ask this question to yourself, that can you just accept that disagreement, and instead of creating a cloud over it and causing it into turning it into a dispute, can you simply accept it and learn to live with it, just as we learn to live with the losses of our loved ones. It gives us immense pain. It causes a turmoil. We sometimes like when they I being a lawyer, I have dealt with murder cases as well. So there was a client who was ready to kill the person who killed his father. So but ultimately we have to learn. His father won't come back if he goes there and kills other person. But what happens is that person has to learn to live with it, right? Irrespective of how painful it is. And once we start accepting the flaws, once we start living with those flaws, our life
Mm-hmm.
becomes really very easy. And one more thing which I believe that every human being should acknowledge and accept is that our lives are really very easy. We simply complicate it by complicating by our complicated thought process. Like I'll give you an example here. Like I have a pen in my hand, and there
Mm-hmm.
are n number of 10 other people who are sitting in the same room, and all of them have pen in my hand. But if I am an insecure person, or I am I have an insecure attachment styles to my things or my people or other things around, then I'll be first looking at my pen. I'll be thinking about how what a good pen it is, or how beautiful it is. And then once I am satisfied or contented with my pen, I look around the pens of the other people. And if I find anyone else's pen better than mine, then that will create an insecurity in me. And
Mm-hmm.
then I will try to get that pen which I am liking. But there is a possibility that pen is beyond my reach, and I'm not able to get that. And when I'm not able to get that, that insecurity will create a trouble in your life, in your head. So instead of running behind things, mostly in matrimonial disputes, instead of running behind disputes which you cannot solve at the present. Yes, one thing more I would like to add here, कि बहुत
Mm-hmm.
सारे disputes मेरे पास जो couple आते हैं ना, तो उनके disputes ऐसे होते हैं कि सर इनके dispute इनके actions ऐसे हैं, ये अपने अभी ऐसे कर रहे हैं, या फिर ये ऐसे कर रही है, और आने वाले समय में ऐसे हो जाएगा, या फिर अभी ये ऐसा करेंगे तो आगे ऐसा हो जाएगा. इस तरह के डिस्प्यूट्स लेके लोग आते हैं, and ये चीज वो लोग वो अंडरस्टैंड करने में फेल हो जाते हैं कई बार, कि जिस डिस्प्यूट के बारे में वो आज डिस्कस करके लड़ाई कर रहे हैं, और जिसके लिए वो शायद कहीं डाइवोर्स की पोजीशन तक पहुंच गए हैं, वो डिस्प्यूट आने वाले समय में आएगा. दैट विल कम इन द फ्यूचर. एंड
Mm-hmm.
एज वी ऑल आर अवेयर कि देयर आर एन नंबर ऑफ पॉसिबिलिटीज विच आर वॉन्डरिंग अराउंड असेल्व्स. सो जब वो पर्टिकुलर टाइम आएगा, जब वो पर्टिकुलर मोमेंट आएगा, जिस चीज के बारे में हम लड़ाई कर रहे हैं, उसके कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस हमें देखने की कह लो नौबत आएगी, तो हो सकता है जितनी पॉसिबिलिटीज हमने अपने दिमाग में सोची हुई है ना, उन पॉसिबिलिटीज में से एक भी पॉसिबिलिटी नहीं होगी।
नहीं, what you are trying to understand, uh, mm, I understand it also, what you are trying to say, कि things are very simple and all that.
या
But I'll speak the same sentence as I was speaking to Shraddha, while I was speaking to Shraddha, कि ये जो चीज आप बता रहे हैं, ये तो काफी सुपरफिशियल लेवल की एक मोटिवेशनल काइंड ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग हो गई कि बी पॉजिटिव इन लाइफ एंड बी हैप्पी इन लाइफ, एंड जब चीजें आएंगी हम हैंडल कर लेंगे, हम देख लेंगे एंड ऑल दैट, which is a good thing, of course, and which is a mindset, a part of the mindset of having a secure attachment style.
या
But दो इनसिक्योर लोग एक सिक्योर रिलेशनशिप कैसे बना सकते हैं?
सिंपली
तो
बाय एक्सेप्टिंग, सॉरी प्लीज गो ऑन,
हम्म,
प्लीज गो ऑन।
yeah, simply by accepting the disagreements.
यस,
Okay,
एक्सेप्टिंग
okay.
एंड रिस्पेक्टिंग द डिसएग्रीमेंट्स एंड
But वही तो उनसे नहीं हो पा रहा है. That's why they are sitting at the space of divorce. कि
एंड
अगर वो इतने ही समझदार होते,
जी
है ना, तो ये समझदारी ऐसा नहीं है, दुनिया में मोस्टली लोग समझदार हैं,
हम्म
इसीलिए तो अभी भी 20-20, 25-50 साल से उनकी रिलेशनशिप टिकी हुई है, रिगार्डलेस ऑफ द फैक्ट हाउ टॉक्सिक इट इज,
हम्म
राइट? सो ये तो बड़ी सिंपल सी चीज है फिर. जस्ट जस्ट accept the differences, just accept all of these. ये acceptance भी तो नहीं है ना,
नहीं,
ये तो
आई
acceptance at the level of understanding है.
आई बेग टू डिफर हियर।
हम्म.
ऑफन जो चीजें हमें बहुत सिंपल दिखती है ना, वो उसके पीछे का जो प्रोसेस होता है, वो प्रोसेस बहुत टफ होता है। बिकॉज सी, डिसएग्रीमेंट को जब हम एक्सेप्ट करने के बारे में बात करते हैं, तो पहली बार तो जब हम डिसएग्रीमेंट अगर हुआ तो हमारा मन करेगा कि यार हमारे दिन में इतनी सारी चीजें हैं, हम जाके सिर्फ बोल देते हैं, जो मन में आए वो सुना देते हैं और सुना के खत्म करते हैं, हाँ जो होगा देखा जाएगा। मेजोरिटी ऑफ द पीपल थिंक दैट वे, बट दैट इज नॉट हाउ इट शुड बी। अगर हम डिसएग्रीमेंट्स को एक्सेप्ट करने की बात कर रहे हैं, सॉरी,
ओके, ओके.
या
नहीं, एक्चुअली यहाँ पे चीजें बहुत ही हाइपोथेटिकल हो जाएंगी, ठीक
ओके,
है? तो द थिंग इज कि it's it's not, what you are saying appears to be very simple and appears to be something which is, of course, applicable. But in both of the cases, whether people continue their marriage and it is a toxic marriage, or people who divorce in their marriage because they were in a toxic relationship and वो नहीं उनसे handle होता, in either of the cases, any of these cases, what we are talking about is entirely different.
ओके,
राइट. सो ये तो ऐसी बात हो गई ना, जैसे श्रद्धा पहले जो एग्जांपल देके बोल रही थी कि मैं अपनी इनसिक्योरिटीज रिजॉल्व नहीं करूंगा, मैं अपनी इनसिक्योरिटीज के साथ यू नो जीना सीख लूंगा, एंड आई विल लाइक मेक इट वर्क दैट वे.
आई गेट योर पॉइंट, या
हाँ, तो ये इनसिक्योरिटीज के साथ जीना तो वो तो सारी दुनिया कर ही रही है. देन if there are plenty of people around who are in 20-25 prolonged, बच्चे बड़े हो गए, बच्चों की शादी हो गई, चल रही है उनकी जिंदगी, but that does not mean that they have a healthy relationship,
या अग्रीड,
right? So having a long term relationship versus a healthy relationship are two very entirely different things,
यस, अग्रीड,
right?
या
Yeah, that's why इसके लिए हम दोनों बिल्कुल अलग अलग बातें कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे.
आई गेट योर पॉइंट,
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for adding that, Abhish.
एंड
Yeah, thank you. Great. Cool. So it's 8 o'clock. Anybody else wants to say anything? Okay. If nothing is coming, then just I'll give a short closing thing that when it comes to having different personality in relationship, and when it comes to coming to a point of compatibility in relationships, having compatibility means finding complementary forces together. Hmm? So look in that direction, that how your similarities as well as your differences in relationship can come together and complement each other. Hmm? Anyway, otherwise, if it is uncomplimentary, it's it's impossible to create a long-term healthy relationship out of it. So this is a very important point to look into. Another important point is the overlap with our insecurities, fears, and conditionings and beliefs, limiting beliefs, and so on and so forth. If those things are something that you are encountering in your life, I am, of course, nobody to tell you that you must resolve all of those things. No, no. But if it is impacting your relationship and it is not something that, you know, you two are able to come together and resolve. Because अगर आपकी जिंदगी चल रही है और अच्छे से चल रही है, then I am nobody to tell anybody that you need to resolve your insecurities. But if it is not, if it is creating toxicity, because जब भी insecurities होंगी, वहां पे toxicity होगी, ठीक है? वो अपने आप आती है. जब पर्सनालिटी में डिफरेंसेस होते हैं, नेसेसरीली नहीं है कि टॉक्सिसिटी आएगी, बट जब इनसिक्योरिटीज के कारण डिफरेंसेस होते हैं तो डेफिनेटली टॉक्सिसिटी आएगी. एंड इफ दैट काइंड ऑफ टॉक्सिसिटी इज कमिंग अप, then you need to see ki how you wish to go forward and start resolving all of these things. And this needs to happen. Both of the partners need to work on those things by taking charge for their own, baggages. So that's that. And of course, people with different personalities can come together. In fact, we usually say that opposites attract. They do, until they are complementary, right? So we really need to see what is working for us in the relationship and what is not working for us in the relationship. And I wouldn't say that I'm pro separation or pro divorce. No, no, I'm not pro divorce. I'm really, really somebody who, wishes to create a world where we are able to create a secure, happy, healthy, harmonious space within a partner, and also, you know, take the beauty. There's a lot of beauty in relationship when it is healthy, because layer upon layers, your experiences become very transformative over the years. है ना? So I'm very much in for that, but that does not mean that to create that long-term relationship, it can happen when two people are coming from an unhealthy state. In that case, I'm very much pro happiness. So if it is creating that sorts of issues and you're living in toxicity, it's okay. It's completely fine to find your way out, but don't take all of these things, impulsively, and just take a pause, go deeper, first become aware, first understand all of these things, because relationships and human beings are multidimensional. So it's very important that you look into these things properly, understand these things properly, approach with kindness, approach with compassion for yourself and your partner, है ना? So अगर आप impulsively भी act करते हो, that also shows your insecurities. If you are hanging on to toxic relationships, that also shows your insecurity. So security lies in the middle, in the awareness. So take action on that. And if you need any kind of professional help from us, we would be happy to provide you, support from our side. There are many support groups. You can, always ask your questions over there. अगर personally बहुत ज़्यादा ही कुछ problem है and you wish to discuss it, we are there. You can always book a clarity call with us. And there are many free resources available, guys. So in the app, on the YouTube channel, Bathere videos hai, you'll find tons of videos. You can watch them. Ask your questions in the support group, in the app, wherever you wish to. There is this e-learning journey that you have if you wish to start working on yourself, and the subscription is like really small, cost less than a meal that you go out for. So we have tried to make it as affordable as we can. If somebody here is even more sincere to work on themselves, there is healing journey that you can take with us. It is a 4-level journey. So ये सारे इतने सारे options हैं which we have provided you. Depends which level of issue that you are going through. There are many free options, there are many paid options, there are many options where you can personally connect with us. So, all the myriads of options I've shared with you guys, right? So, you see your urgency level and act accordingly. So, you can always do that. Cool. That was all from my side, guys. It was good speaking to all of you. Yeah, Abish, do you want to say anything?
I just wanted to add here that being a lawyer, if I could be of any help, I would love to be part of it. Please count me in.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Abish. That's very kind of you.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great evening. Bye bye.